this soon. Oh, 59. Hello, live. We're glad to see, glad to be on, glad to be alive, glad to be here. Show will start in a moment. Glad to see you on. Let me finish lining up all my computer stuff. Oh, there I am. Hello, Norvell Drawn. Glad to see you on. How are you? Miss Mattia Marie, how are you? And if you get a chance, Maria, if I say something, post it for me today. I'm going to need you to be my postee for today, if you don't mind. Are you on yet, Miss G? Yes, Miss Marie. I see the family starting to come on. And the family's starting to show up. You know, we're getting ready for this big snow and ice storm. All right, thank you, Miss Marie. Yeah, we're lining stuff up. I'm getting stuff set up on my computer. Norvell, you said you can't hear me. Okay. Marie, Mr. Chaya, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Zurianne Bennett, how are you? Glad to see you on. Can you hear me? Social media, can you hear me? Hello, Miss Ava Briggs. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I'm trying to get social media. Social media, can you hear me? Social media, can you hear me? Well, mine is on. I'm looking at it. Yeah. Ava Briggs said, yes, thank you, Miss Ava. Miss Briggs, I'm glad that you can hear me. I don't have anything on my... Let me see if I can get you to come on. It hasn't showed you on yet. Let me keep an eye on. Okay. I don't see you on yet, baby girl. Hello, Maggie, Sheila, Miss Ava, Miss Yvonne. Glad to see y'all on. Hello. Let me do this because I'm doing something wrong. You know, for some reason, I cannot get the phone call to come up on my thing. Y'all, I'm gonna have to hang up and call back in. So y'all don't worry about if I hang up. You know, I'm having problems here. So let me hang up. How do I hang up? How do I hang up? How do I hang up? Because I can't see nothing on my phone. There it is. I have it now. Nope, I don't want that. Okay, I gotta call back in. So y'all don't worry, I'm coming. I am coming. You know, when you're live, you know, the gremlins are always at work. And there I am back on, so now I can see. And we're going to get the show on the road in a moment. Hello, last four digits, 7140. How are you? Who am I speaking with? Yes, Kim, how are you? Well, glad to see you on. So I'm glad to see you on. Hello, Garrett Johnson. Glad to see you on. Let me do this. Mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Yes, Novell, I am live on Facebook. Yes. That's how you're seeing me, Novell, because I'm live. Yes. Peace, prosperity, and prosperity, everyone. From Garrett Johnson, he's wishing everyone peace and prosperity. That's a blessing. Thank you, Garrett, for the blessing that you're giving us. Appreciate the blessing, my brother.
Did you send me an invite yet?
I don't see where you're on there, so I can send it.
You already said you saw me because you called my name.
No, I pulled you off the phone. I pulled you off the call in.
Okay, well, I'm here.
I don't see you.
I don't know what to...
Because it's not telling me that you're on. Are you? It's not telling me that you're on. Type something in.
Okay.
There you are. Okay, now how do I get... I got to figure out how to invite you. It's not going to let me. It's not telling me anything. I'm waving. It's not asking me to invite you, and I don't know how to do it, baby girl. I see you on because it's telling me you're on. Okay, hold on. Let me do this again.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm actually... I don't want you to invite me. Hold on. Okay. Because I was logged in on my phone and my laptop, but I don't want to be invited by my phone. I want you to do it through my laptop.
Okay. Hello, Brother Drew. How you doing today? Glad to see you on, my brother. Brother Drew, you know, he's
everything's well, man. Everything's well. Good to be able to join in. Hopefully I'll be able to stay the whole session.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for this. It's snowing ice storm we're getting ready to get into.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
Well, if you're ready or not, it's coming, brother.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. As long as I'm experiencing the hot, the wet, the dry, and the cold, I'm good.
All right, all right. You know, we've got a lot of people coming on, y'all. We've got a very interesting show. Well, I hope it's an interesting show. And we want some feedback from you, you know, because that's what makes the show is your feedback.
I'm getting ready to mute myself out.
Okay. Just tell me Miss Groves can't go live with you right now. Ooh, I just got the hiccups, y'all. Does that mean I'm still growing? They say the hiccups mean you're growing. Well, I hope I'm growing up and not out. That's for sure.
Okay, I tell you what, I guess I'll try it from my phone, see if it'll allow me to, let me see, if I log in from my phone, let's see what happens.
Okay. See, y'all, you know, I don't know a whole lot about how to use this Facebook Live. I thought I can invite, people to come on live, and I'm trying to get Miss G on live, because she's going to be handling the show tonight. She's hosting tonight, and we're having a little bit of difficulty. I wanted to have the show started by now, but things happen. We might have just hear her voice.
Well, how about this? Why don't we get started, and if you figure it out, then I can jump on.
Okay. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you in a moment. Let me get everything going here. Let me mute everyone out.
All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
And let me start the recording.
This conference is being recorded.
Hello, Successionaires, and welcome to the Empowerment Session. This is William Murray. I'm president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, which is an institute for entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs. It is here where millionaire mindsets and businesses are made. Your host tonight is going to be Miss Yvonne Groves, Miss G. Miss G, I'm going to turn everything over to you.
All right, thank you so much, William Murray, Professor Murray, a.k.a. Papa Bear. Thank you for the opportunity to host the show tonight. I'm actually really excited about this conversation we're going to have tonight. Successionaires, I want you to get pens and paper because you tune in for a reason, and that's to hear a word of wisdom for our dearly beloved William Murray. Tonight, I'm going to interview William Murray. As William Murray always talks about, when a senior passes, that's the closing of a library. And as you know, the title of our show tonight is The Library is Open. Well, that library today, Successionaires, is our one and only William Murray. So we're going to pick his brains. We're going to flip some pages, pull some books and flip some pages in his brain. And kind of draw some of that wisdom out that he has stored up in there. You know, it's always been my desire, William, to do a biography about you. So this is a tip of the iceberg of what we want to pull out of you. But before we go any further, Successionaires, I also want to thank P&L Acquisition Services for your continued support and sponsorship of the Millionaire Mastermind Empowerment Session on Tuesday nights. Okay, William Murray. You know, when we talked about tonight's show, the reason, and I kind of suggested this topic for us tonight simply because in my personal life, I recently had a very abrupt passing of a library. 90 years young, and it was abrupt. And, you know, it's just funny. I was just with her 1 hour, and she was in her right mind. Everything was, all faculties in order, healthy, physically fit, and within an hour, we lost her. So our libraries, we have to treasure them. We can't say, oh, like that granny, that auntie, that uncle, or papa, whoever it is, the neighbor, we need to treasure the time that they're here and take advantage of it. Like you, William Murray, you're our library. We tune in because we want to pull a book from your library on that particular day. We almost didn't have you around. Your library almost closed almost 2 years ago. You know, and now I want to take advantage of picking your brain to see what knowledge maybe you haven't shared with us. So what I first want to ask you, William Murray, is I know that you're from West Virginia, a little small town in West Virginia.
Yes.
If you look in your rear view mirror, if you're driving through and you look through your rear view mirror, you pass it. It's going in a blink of an eye.
Yes.
But even though you're from a small town, I get the impression from what I know about you that you were always driven. You've always been driven. So what I want you to do is share with us what drove you to come to the city. Because obviously that small town was too small for this big package that we know called William Murray. What drove you to the city?
Well, you know, when I grew up, West Virginia was the coal mine capital of the world. I was born September 30th, 1950. And that was the coal mine capital of the world in 1950. So all around me were coal mines. And I knew that if I could wait to die to go underground. And so I decided, you know, when I got my diploma, when I graduated high school, I had one foot on the stage and another on the bus. I knew I wasn't going to stay there. There was no future there for me. But I didn't know what I was going to do when I got here. I tell you one thing that I knew when I got here. I knew I was going to get into the movement. I knew I was going to be out there with people and protest and just get into the movement. I don't know what drove me to that, because I hadn't spiritually been saved then. I was just a young, dumb country boy who didn't know anything. But my spirit was always strong and guiding me without me knowing that it was my spirit that was guiding me. And I was blessed when I got here. You know, I did get a nice job. I moved in with my sister, got a nice job, and my life started. But I was so innocent. Oh, you talking about innocent. And unknowing. I mean, it was unbelievable. And to look at me now and to look at me by then, there are a lot of jokes and stories that I tell when I'm on stage about when I got here. And how my brother-in-law took me we caught a bus to downtown D.C. And when we got on the bus and the bus driver gave me a transfer, I'd never seen one. I didn't know what it was. He just gave me a piece of paper. I didn't know what it was for. And then when I got downtown on F Street, which used to be the shopping mecca for black people, and I was so awed and fascinated. I could not believe how much concrete it was. Everything was concrete. The roads but the it was cobblestone too. The bricks on F Street that you walk down. And I was so fascinated at all the brick buildings. I'm a country boy. I'd never seen nothing like this. And it's amazing how in awe I was. And then the second awe that got me was all these black people, all these black folks. And it was, it was just unbelievable. I mean, to look at me then and step into a whole new unknown world. The only thing that was guiding me was my spirit, without me realizing that my spirit was what was guiding me. But I knew when I got here I was going to get into the movement. Because I had to fight for I grew up in West Virginia. West Virginia was the most racist state in the nation when I grew up. In our town, we had a graveyard in our town. And a black dog couldn't even walk across it. No black people were allowed in that graveyard. And it was a large graveyard. It covered almost a quarter of our town. And no black people were allowed to be buried in that graveyard. We didn't have streets. We had what we call lanes because they were dirt. It was an interstate that came through our town. There was two lanes, one going south and one going north. And they were no wider than a street, a 2-lane street. And it was amazing. You know, as I grew up, that's all I knew. I didn't know about no city, about brick buildings and all these shopping centers. And I talked to my wife today. She told me how they grew up going to concerts and stuff. I had never been to a concert. I didn't know what a concert was to go to a concert, see a James Brown or one of those groups back in the day that they used to have here. And that's why I said people in the city don't realize how much they got over people from the country. That's why when I go back, I know I can educate them, but I realize too how far behind they are of everything else. because they are very far behind as far as mindset and what it takes to survive. See, they don't know to start a business. They don't know to want more than getting a job. They don't know how to plan for the future because it's not there and it's not taught to them. And I look at me, and what I didn't know helps me realize what they don't know. But I know I was blessed when I got here. I realize now because I knew absolutely nothing. And it took me a while to get over that shock and that awe of everything. People would say, I'd say, well, how do you get here? How do you get there? They say, well, go down 3 or 4 blocks. I didn't know what a block was. I had never, ever seen a block. Our distance were in miles. So I used to tell, don't tell me in blocks, tell me how many miles it is. Because blocks, I have no idea how big a block is or what a block is. It's comical. To think that I didn't even know what a block was. To go a block to this or 2, 3 blocks to that. I had no idea. So, I look at that and I laugh. It's comical. But I look at how many people are just like me. Just don't know. Just don't know. Because they haven't been exposed to it. And you got people here in the city right now that have never been outside of their community. And that's sad. They've never been outside their community to know that there's a world outside of where they live and are raised. Back to you, baby girl.
You know what? I know that the movement was very, very big for you and very near and dear to your heart.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that a little later in this conversation. But, it's funny when you talk about you didn't know what a block was.
No, had no idea.
It just makes me think, like, these are things we take for granted. Like you said, someone said to you, just go down a block, and you're like, what is a block? This is why we have to be patient with people. Miss Murray, I know you're the business mind, but I'm always thinking on a personal connection with people. That's the aspect I come from, I speak from. So that's always triggered, different things trigger that in me, my thought process. But we have to be mindful of how we talk to people when we're in business, when we're in our personal life, because we assume that people understand what we're saying. This is something simple as go down a block. Who wouldn't know what a block is? But unless you walk in that person's shoes, you wouldn't know that they don't know what a block is. So we have to be mindful of that. Everyone doesn't speak our language. You have to put yourself in their shoes. So, Mr. Murray, I thank you for that. You know what? And I thank that country boy for taking that journey from West Virginia all the way up to what was the big city for you. And you didn't allow it to intimidate you. I appreciate you for that, Mr. Murray.
Well, it didn't intimidate me. It was just I was so unknowing. I mean, you talking about unknowing? I mean, man, it's like going to a whole new planet for me. Because I did come to a new planet.
Well, that's the thing. The fear of the unknown, that's very intimidating for some people.
Yes.
But that's why you're the warrior you are. It wasn't intimidating you because you're a soldier. You're a warrior.
I always told myself when I was in school, but I didn't know how to talk different because I was country. I mean, I used them country words. I sounded right off as soon as I opened my mouth, you knew country. But I was determined that I was not going to sound country even when I sounded country. So
you were self-taught in some ways.
Yes, I was. I wanted to speak properly without talking country. And even today, I still stammer today and stutter somewhat. But I wanted to not sound real country, but I was still sounding country.
Yeah. Well, it's in you, so, you can't get rid of all of it. But, Mr. Murray, talking about being self-taught, one thing about you, Mr. Murray, I've always been fascinated with how well-rounded you are and how knowledgeable you are about business and so all the different aspects of business. I hear you talk and I hear you teach. And I've sat in a room with you with different types of people, and you have so much knowledge about different aspects of business. But what even amazes me more is you know a lot about business, but you know a lot about just about any topic. If someone brings something up, you got some type of information that you can school somebody on. And I've always been fascinated with you about that. So my question for you, Mr. Murray, is exactly how did you become so knowledgeable about business? And then I want you to also tell me how you became so knowledgeable about life. Because that country boy didn't know a lot about life. All he knew was being in the country. I believe you're on the farm, you said?
Well,
so
we grew our own food.
How did you get so knowledgeable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get so knowledgeable about business?
One thing that was on my side. One thing that was on my side. I love to read. Now, the books I read weren't the books I needed to read then, but the fact that I love to read, and then when I got in the circle, of the activists, and introduced me to more activists, that introduced me to more people of knowledge, I started reading the books they wrote. I mean, you'd be surprised at how many great, brilliant minds and authors I've sit at the feet of. I mean, if you saw my books, and they are signed by the authors, books that you just hear about, books that says they must read, I got a chance to meet them. And I read their books. Not knowing with what I was going to end up doing and being as I am today, my spirit just had me, it guided me without me knowing. And I just always loved to read. Not realizing then that readers are leaders and learners are earners. And it's paid off for me. And I've always studied people because my mentors guided me and helped me in my mentoring to look at people and don't judge them where they are now, judge them where they could be. So.
Okay, I like what you said about studying people. And one thing for sure is you got to surround yourself with the people who you want to become or certain qualities that they have that maybe you want to pick up those traits. But studying people, that I like that, Mr. Murray. I definitely like that because it's not just what people say. You got to watch what people do.
Yes.
So study them to see how they behave because things are caught more than they're taught.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Murray, and that's a good segue into, I know that you were big on the movement, and I know that you learned a lot from being in the movement, which made you, help you to become the man that you are today. So, what are some of the best business lessons that you've learned throughout your years?
The main one of them is to be hungry. You gotta be hungry. And you gotta want to learn. Don't think you know it all. I didn't know I was going to end up being, as of today, a 43-year entrepreneur. I had no idea of that. I was taught to get a job. Get a job. But they didn't tell you that with a job, you're just going to stay just over broke. Everything they was go and get a job, go get a job, go get a job. I didn't know. I stumbled upon being an entrepreneur. And it's one of the best things that ever happened to me. I'm not ashamed on how I got into it, but it taught me business. It taught me business. And I would go out to all these stores and malls and walk them and look at the stores, how they were laid out. And one of my first jobs was with Safeway. there's a multi-million-dollar company then. And I was hungry. I would talk to everybody. I learned all I could learn without realizing I was preparing myself for now. You know, I didn't know I was preparing myself for now. I didn't realize that working for the food stores I worked for, working for what was it, AT&T then, or something like that. And then I worked for one of the largest cookie cracker companies, Lance. And I learned their system. So when I became an entrepreneur, I just used what I learned from them, their system. BDI. Borrow, duplicate, improve upon, fit your situation. And what gave me, I'll be honest, what gave me most of my knowledge after my books, sitting out my mentors, was going to events. I mean, I would just go, sometimes 3-4 different events a week, just to listen and learn. I was hungry. And it paid off for me in the long run. You know, your spirit's going to guide you if you listen and follow the guidance of your spirit.
Absolutely. You know, Mr. Murray, when you talk about being hungry, wanting to learn, going to events, BDI, all that, Mr. Murray, I just want to take this opportunity to say I thank you for being my mentor. Because just like you sat under some great minds, some great leaders, I placed myself under you, and I know a lot of our successionaires know the story that I met you at an event, and I asked you, how can I be a part of your team? Because I saw something special about you, Mr. Murray. And I said, you know what, I want to link up with this man because, like you said, study people. I studied you. It was over a 2-day event. The event lasted for 2 days. And I studied you, and I watched you, and I watched how you moved around the room, and I watched how you interacted with the people. And there was something about you that I knew I wanted to connect with. And from that, Mr. Murray, I've learned so much. I've grown some of my gifts, my talents, being with you. I've learned a lot, things that I didn't even think I would need to know, but now, actually, Mr. Murray, we've been together coming on 4 years.
Yes.
It's going on 4 years.
Yes.
Wow, how time has flown. But it's been a privilege and an honor to sit under you, Mr. Murray. You know, you have me co-hosting your show. You've given me so many opportunities. You've allowed me to co-host. I've been on radio shows. I've been on TV shows with you, Mr. Murray. I've hosted all of your events since I've been with you. Every time I was able to make it, you gave me the opportunity to host your show. You gave me the opportunity to be before the people, and you knew that was my heart's desire to speak. And you said, what I'm going to do is help you become a speaker. So there's so many things I've learned. I learned things in front of the camera, and I've learned a lot behind the camera. I've learned how to interact. I've crossed paths with great people because of you, Mr. Murray. So I just wanted to take that opportunity to acknowledge you for my come up, for where I am right now. You know, and successionaires, listen, if you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to become a speaker, whatever it is that you're looking to do, Mr. Murray is the man. Mr. Murray has definitely made a difference in my life. So I appreciate you, Mr. Murray, and I thank you.
You know, Miss G,
I want to move on, Mr.
Although I do call you baby girl, because, you know, my wife and I adopted you, and you were 48 when we adopted you. You gave me something I never had, that I've always wanted, and that was a daughter. And I love you. I've watched you grow. I am so proud of you because you were hungry. You were hungry. And you took advantage of it. That's why I tell people, y'all, look at your past and learn. Because your past is going to be your present. And your present is going to give you a good or a bad future. Look at your past and the lessons. Don't look at the bitter part of it. Look at all the lessons. That's God's way of telling you, this is how I wanted you to learn this lesson. Use that lesson. I've watched you grow. I'm so proud of you. You don't know, and you know I love you. I mean, you my daughter. I mean, that's why I call you baby girl, because you my baby girl.
And you're are my Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and I love you guys dearly. I thank you also on the personal aspect. I thank you guys for embracing me as your daughter. And, I mean, I feel nothing but genuine love from the both of you. So, Mama, and you know I love you to life. And, Papa Bear, I love you even more. Or, I won't say even more. Sorry, Mama Bear.
I know you love us equally, but just in a different way.
Absolutely.
You love her as Mama, you love me as Papa.
Yeah, but I thank you guys because you've embraced me. I come to your house and I'm one of the family. I'm part of the family. It's not just business, it's personal. I have great love for both of you guys. So, Mr. Murray, in reference to the movement, I saw your post last week, I believe it was, and you were referencing the circle, the people in your circle.
Yes.
And I know there was quite a few heavy hitters. There was quite a few heavy hitters that you shared some pictures with.
Yes.
But, Mr. Murray, I'm going to give you a few seconds, just a few seconds, to name drop. I want to hit us with some of the names of the company that you've kept throughout the years.
Oh, my gracious.
Because I know there's some heavy ones.
It's been some heavy ones. And God bless me that right now I'm considered to be one of the heavy ones. I've had a chance to be with, my best friend, one of my dear friends who recently passed and was my mentor, was Baba Dick Gregory, Mama Thornton, Bishop Stallings, and one of my great mentors, the Reverend Walter E. Fauntleroy. I had a chance to sit at the table with Coretta Scott King, Rosa Parks. I met Joe Frazier and his daughter. And we were at different locations. Dennis Kimbrough. I've shared the stage with him several times. Les Brown. I could drop names and names and names. And I love George Frazier. The man is just brilliant. That man, the way he does things is just brilliant. Like I said, the people I have, that's the people you got to put around you. When you get around people like me, you're going to meet those people. Because where I go, they go. Like I was down to Annapolis last week, down to the State House in Annapolis. And they introduced me to the floor. Surprised me, but they did. It's like they were glad to know me because they see what I do for the community. And I've always put myself, I had got a chance to protest and march arm in arm with Stevie Wonder when we were marching for Martin Luther King's birthday. We were arm in arm walking down Pennsylvania Avenue holding up the banners. And that's a beautiful man. I love him. Y'all just don't know how deep that man really is. It's just the honors and the pleasures and the people I've had. Kathy Hughes. I knew Kathy Hughes because I would sit at her feet when she just had that one radio station. And I used to give some of her disc jockeys stuff to give away on the show so people would tune in and have a chance to win something. And the godfather of talk was Bernie McCain. And he was known all across the country as the godfather of talk. And I've sit on the show with him, it's got to be at least 100 times. And when you're sitting down around the best, what's that going to do for you? I didn't know I was going to end up doing this, but being sitting at her feet when she was on the radio, sitting there with the other DJs when they were on the radio, I learned. I put myself in position without knowing I was putting myself in position for my future. So I'm telling you, y'all get around those who know. That's why right now I'm trying to buy these offices for the Institute so I can do live shows and you're welcome to come and sit at my feet. You're welcome to come sit there and record. Who knows, I might put you behind a camera. I might pull you and put you on a mic. Don't miss the opportunity when we offer it to you. And I do offer a lot. And I'm determined to get these offices so I can do my live show and have my own TV and radio program, and you're welcome to come and sit at my feet. Because I am where I am because people allowed me to sit at their feet.
You know, Mr. Murray, I am so excited about the office, and I'm claiming that. I'm claiming it, we're naming it, and we're claiming that office will belong to the Millionaire, that building will belong to the Millionaire Mastermind Institute.
But you know something, baby girl, let me say something real quick, because this is very upsetting to me. And I'm not picking on no one, but I want to ask y'all a question. Because I know I'm loved, because I get people come in, tune in all the time. They call me. And everywhere I go, I run into somebody that knows me. And I know y'all love me. But what upsets me is I'm not getting support. I can't buy this building alone. I need your support. And I do have a GoFundMe page out there. You love me, but you don't support me. Well, that's like you business owners. You want us to support you. But what are you doing to gain the support? I'm doing things to get support. You're just not following through and supporting me. Yes, I know you love me, but I need your support. The Institute needs your support. You're building the future for you and generations to come when you contribute to the Institute. Every penny is in the bank till I come up with enough to buy these offices that I'm trying to get. You can go to do that. I'm telling you, just go to GoFundMe.com/MMI Building Fundraiser and give a donation. I'll give them for $25 or $50. Love me, but support me because I'm trying to build something. You know, all your major universities, your Tuskegees, your A&M, your Howard Universities, your Morgan, all of those started out the same way with what I'm starting out right now with just enough to get where I can start educating you. On a private, come in and talk to me with what you need to know. And I'm going to make sure you get the education that you need. And it's not going to be a 2-year or 4-year degree. It's going to be where you can get what you need for business and growth right then and there. So I'm just asking y'all, I know you love me. Please, please, I'm begging you to support me. GoFundMe.com/MMI Building Fundraiser. And help and support me. Love me, keep loving me, but please support me. Baby girl.
Mr. Murray, I just wanted to add, Successionaires, our line is full today. We have a lot of people on the line. There's people chiming in on Facebook Live. And like I said at the top of the show, tonight's show is the library is open. Our library is Mr. Murray. We come to the library every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to read a chapter to receive some information from the chapter in that library. So what Mr. Murray is saying is, if you love him that much, you love him enough to tune in, love him enough to support his cause. He has this Millionaire Mastermind Institute. He started this Millionaire Mastermind Institute because Mr. Murray's heart's desire is to put into us, to feed us. You go to the library and you're fed. You're fed knowledge. You're fed wisdom. It's for growth. So if you really, really, really believe in Mr. Murray's vision, if you believe in what Mr. Murray is doing, and obviously you do because you're here every week, then show your support by going to the GoFundMe and making a donation, no matter how big or how small. Obviously, we would prefer it to be bigger, the biggest you can get. Sacrifice those coffees for the week. Sacrifice whatever your vice is. Sacrifice that and put it into the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, because Mr. Murray is giving us value. There are several people on the line who have attended the Millionaire Mastermind Institute event and has been on the line when he's brought value to the table. He shares what he knows, but he also brings experts in their area of business to put into us. So let's get back to Mr. Murray and the Millionaire Mastermind Institute by showing your support. Okay, Mr. Murray, I want to move on because I see time is running out on us. So we were talking about the movement, and I gave you a few seconds to name drop on the great company you've kept over the years. But what I want to ask you, Mr. Murray, is share with us a few of your memorable experiences during that time. Because as you told us earlier, you went to the city, went north to the city because you were passionate about the movement. You wanted to be a part of the movement. So I want you to share with us some of your experiences while you were in the company with these people.
You know, one of the greatest experiences I had, and I think about this a lot, don't talk about it, little or none, was the time that we were protesting. And I got arrested with Dick Gregory. Wow. Oh, we had that jail everybody was gathering around us, picking our brains, wanting to know things, because they were interested in the movement too, but they hadn't been incarcerated. You know, we were protesting, and we got arrested protesting. And the experience of me being arrested, locked up, and there with Dick Gregory, and the mind that we put out, the education and knowledge we put out to the inmates. I mean, I will never, ever, ever forget that experience. But the experience of putting together the marches, the Redeem the Dream March, 100,000 some people. The Enough's Enough movement, 100,000 some people. I didn't do no major planning, but I was there when they were talking about an idea of the Million Man March. You know, I didn't do much, but I got the blessing of being able to sit and listen and learn when they were doing the Million Man March. What's the one they're doing now? Black Lives Matter. When I sat down and had a meeting with some of the heads of that, and I explained to them, when they asked me, what is it y'all did that we need to do, and what is it that we shouldn't do, so we won't get a bad rep, and I got a chance to sit down and talk with them. You know, it's just the fact that I've been blessed. There is no doubt about it. I've been blessed. And I look at what I've learned and what I got a chance. Let me tell y'all what our major problem is. See, the kids are like they are. It's not their fault. It's our fault. We dropped the ball. And then because we didn't tell them our story. And they aren't interested now because they don't know to be interested in talking to us. They should be asking us, tell me your story. And we're not giving them our story. So they aren't learning from us like how we used to talk to our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents. We have got to talk to our children. We've got to educate them. They're our future. Without them, we have no future. But we aren't giving them, and the scary thing about it right now is, and I'm going to give y'all something right now. Our children, the next generation after us, our children, is going to be the first generation in the history of us that's going to do worse than the earlier generation. So otherwise, our children is the first generation of children going to do worse than their parents. Because we are being miseducated. We're teaching our children how to purchase material things, worship material things, instead of giving them the story and teaching them and tell them how to learn, listen, and read so they can have a better future and how to build that legacy. We're sitting down watching that ignorant tube that tell a vision and we're being brainwashed. Instead of reading the books that you should read, like one of the greatest books I think everyone should read is the book by Tony Browder titled The Nile, N-I-L-E, Valley Contribution to Civilization. Fantastic book. The book, they came before the Mayflower, so they're telling you what you don't realize when the white man, when the colonizers landed on these shores, we were already here and had been here for decades and generations. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you back in Egyptian time that they had running water in the house. They had a purification system that is far better than the one we have today. They don't tell you that there was a history before slavery. See, here's the thing. When we were brought here, we came over here as architects, lawyers, attorneys, educators, plumbers, architects, and that type of thing. We gave them everything that they have today because we brought our technology with us. We didn't come here a slave. We came here and were made into a slave. Big difference. Big difference. Learn your history. Teach it to your children. I gave you a book to read. Another book I love that I love, that's one of the best books I ever read, was about the name of it is about Reginald Lewis's life, the first black billionaire in America. Reginald Lewis, titled Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun? Fantastic book. The number one book I suggest you read or you can listen to, because this book is on YouTube. It's by James Allen and Dr. Tag Powell, From Poverty to Power. Of course you want to read the book too, Think and Grow Rich. But I'm telling you, y'all, you got to get into literature. How can you expect your kids to read and learn and know and they don't see you reading? Come on, y'all, let's use our brain, let's use our head. And you got to stop not trusting people of color, because you got to realize you won't buy from me, you won't support me because I am a person of color. Well, what are your children? What lesson are you teaching your children? If you don't trust me, how are your children going to trust me to support me and to buy black and build that? So when they go looking for a job, they can work with someone who looks like them, who will hire them. Because I wish I had time to give you the story about the Word Project. Oh, I'd love to give you that story about the Word Project so you can find out that we were a project, Project, for the government to keep us in poverty. That's why they called the buildings and the ghetto the projects, because we were a project that they had to keep us poor, and it's still working today. Back to you, Miss G.
Thank you for that, Mr. Murray. You know, you got ahead of me. You got way ahead of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, but that's okay. That's okay. You had to get it out of your system. Successionaires, we had decided last month, or actually in December, we were had a discussion on this line, and we were talking about books. And we decided that we're going to do a monthly book and suggest that you read a monthly book. Mr. Murray ran ahead of me before I could get to that point.
I'm sorry, baby girl.
Last month, our book of the month, that's okay, it's all good. As long as the information gets out there, it doesn't matter who says it. But last month, our book of the month was Climbing Success Mountain by Mr. Murray. You can purchase that book directly from Mr. Murray, or you can purchase that book on Amazon.
And you can go to my website.
Book of the month.
Go to my website, mminstitute.info. mminstitute.info. And here's the great thing, y'all. I'm getting ready to come out with my third book. My fourth book is half done. So my third book should be out in the next 30 to 45 days.
All right. And our book of the month this month, Mr. Murray already mentioned it, and it was the book by Tony Browder. And which book was that, Mr. Murray, the name of it?
The Nile Valley Contribution to Civilization. The Nile, N-I-L-E, Valley Contribution to Civilization. Y'all, it's an easy read, but I'm telling you right now, you got to be open-minded. You got to be open-minded, because it's going to teach you your history of your ancestors and show you where we are. America is today because of us. They've copied, they BDI'd ancient civilization to be America today.
Okay. Mr. Murray, so we're drawing to a close, and I know we're coming up on the 10 o'clock hour Eastern Standard Time, and I keep stressing that because I'm on the Pacific Standard Time. So I want to keep stressing that because I know I'm not the only one online, Maggie, who's from the West Coast, and there's maybe some others, but I specifically know Maggie is. Mr. Murray, I know you have an upcoming event. Do you want to quickly share with us what that event is about and what can our successionaires expect who will be in attendance?
Well, it's scheduled to start tomorrow night, but because of the snowstorm, we postponed it for a week. And we're going to give you everything you need for business. See, business has a process. I'm going to give, and it's going to start, now it's going to be February 27th. And it's going to run 4 Wednesdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it's going to be at 9221 Hampton Overlook, Capitol Heights, Maryland. I've got it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. You're going to walk away. Now, here's what you're going to walk away with when you come to this class. You're going to walk away with your website. You're going to have your business licensing. You're going to have your tax ID. You're going to have your name trademarked. You're going to have a Dun & Bradstreet number. I'm going to teach you about public speaking and how easy it is, because you got a business, you got to realize you are a public speaker. I'm going to teach you about mindset and where we lose a lot of our businesses that don't grow because we don't know business etiquette. There's an etiquette of business that's going to grow you. You got to have business etiquette. And I'm going to do a class on business etiquette. And a class I don't do not even once a year, which I should do more often because it's a very powerful class. It's called the 12 Personal Controls. So when you walk out of there, you're going to have all of this. And at the price I'm charging, here's what it boils down to. It's 12 hours. It's 3 hours for 4 weeks. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm charging you $8.33 an hour to attend that class. If your life and your business is not worth $8.33, no need you going in business or want to have a better life. Because I'm letting you walk away with, y'all see, I'm usually charge hundreds of dollars for this, thousands of dollars for what I'm giving you. See, this isn't advertised like I should have advertised it out to the public radio and all of that, because the room's only going to hold 20. So I'm telling you, get your tickets right now. Go to MMIworkshop1.eventbrite.com. That's MMIworkshop1.eventbrite.com. Like I said, it's posted everywhere. Go to my Facebook page, my LinkedIn page, my Twitter page, my Instagram page, and it's titled The Road to Success Business Workshop. Bring your laptop or your iPad because you're going to need it. So I hope to see y'all there.
Okay, Mr. Murray. Okay, successionaires, you heard that, and it will start next week. So if you need information, Mr. Murray just gave you the information that you can purchase your tickets. And if you need to contact the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, you can go to the feed on the Facebook Live, or you can write the number down because you should have a pencil and paper with you. The Millionaire Mastermind Institute contact number is 240-619-2019. And successionaires, if you're online right now, Facebook Live, hit share to share this out to your friends and family. I'm sure that there's somebody you know who could benefit from this information and from Mr. Murray's upcoming event. Mr. Murray, I have one more thing I want to ask you real quick about you as a man. Now, yes. One thing everybody who knows William Murray knows is that Mr. William Murray will come up with a phrase. He has some catchy things. You dropped a few of them on us tonight. That BDI, if you think it, ink it. And I'm sure every single successionaire on this line can give us one, and we all can come up with something different of a quote that you said that stuck with us. So what I want to know from you, William Murray, is where did that come from? How did you get started with these quotes and these affirmations?
You know, years ago, I heard this gentleman talking about, the third eye and the third ear. And it took me a while to understand what he was saying and get it. See, your greatest sense, greater than taste, hearing, smelling, your five senses. Your greatest sense is your sixth sense, which is your spiritual sense. And I've always heard, country people got sayings and they got affirmations like crazy. And I grew up listening out hearing affirmations. And I realized that affirmation is just a sentence or two that is a whole conversation. That is knowledge. Once you look at the meaning of that affirmation beyond what it's saying. And that's how I learned. And I listened to a lot of CDs and cassettes of speakers. I read Facebook, and they put a lot of them on Facebook. But before then, I was just a junkie for them because they teach you so much. Just one sentence gives you so much knowledge if you look at the true meaning of that sentence. And that's where a lot of my knowledge and education came from. Understanding how to decipher affirmations. And it's simple.
Awesome. Mr. Murray, Ava Briggs on Facebook Live wants to know, what about those on the West Coast? And my guess is that she's referring to your upcoming event. Is there any way that those on the West Coast can participate in the event?
And Ava,
if I'm not correct in reference, I'm assuming that she means for the event. If I'm incorrect, Ava, please put in the text chain and correct me. But I'm sure that's what she means.
Well, it's like I don't know a whole lot about social media, and my social media person right now is out of the country. Okay. And I got to figure out how to do that because I really don't know my things going on stage doing what I do. Like I say, and I'm always looking for educators. If you out there know how to do that, call me. 240-619-2019. Let's work it out. But Miss Briggs, set it up on the West Coast and invite me. I would love, if it's airplane, boat, or automobile, I would love to come there and do this. I can do that. I can do a 12-hour day. Or if you want to break it up in 2 or 3 days, that's possible. I can do that. But just set it up. Like, see, I got one lady who puts events together, and she sells tickets and just pays me my fee, and the rest of it is hers. That's what she does for a living. I taught her how to do events. And she does events, sells tickets, and pays me or pays whoever she brings in and makes money off of it. I can teach you the same thing. But I would love to figure out how, and anyone out there who knows, how I can bring the West Coast on or bring someone on live, let me know because I'm looking. I need help, y'all. Like I say, y'all love me, now support me. And there's people out there who have businesses that we can become, do things for each other.
Okay, Mr. Murray, it's after 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time now, so I want to bring this conversation to a close.
Well, let's open the lines, too.
I want to give some closing remarks.
I want to open the line.
Okay, well, just as far as our dialogue goes, and then we will open the line, okay?
Okay.
I just want to give some, I'll just give these remarks, and then we won't call them closing remarks. We'll just call them, let me just share this. Let's just say it like that. Let me just share this. Mr. Murray, the beauty of a library, and like I mentioned earlier, you are our library. That's why we tune in and come to the library every Tuesday night. The beauty of the library is there's several books. Those books are different aspects of our lives. And the beauty of them are there's several chapters, multiple chapters within each book. And what I know for sure for you and us as the Success Inaires is that there are so many more chapters and books to be written. Yes. The story's not over. My story's not over. Your story's not over. And Success Inaires, your story is not over. Matter of fact, we're just getting to the good side of the story. We're getting to the juice of the story. So I want to share this, as Lisa Nichols always says, she references her grandmother often.
Yes.
And her grandmother said, baby, when you're my age, you're supposed to sit back in your chair and you're supposed to share the stories. You share them to your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, anyone who will listen. But success in theirs, when you're your age, you're supposed to make sure it's a good story to tell.
Make it a bestseller, baby.
That's what I want to share with you guys. Absolutely. If you're not going to make it a bestseller, then don't make it anything. If you're not going to do it with all you got, then why even bother?
You know, baby.
Okay, Mr. Murray, do you want...
One thing that that is a must we got to start doing. We got to start sitting down, talking to our children, and introduce them to people like me. You know, that's why most of the time I tell you when I do an event, when you buy a ticket, you can bring a teenager for free. We've got to give them options. Let them know that brilliant minds like me are out there. I'm tired of seeing us go to meetings or go here, go there, do this, do that, and don't bring our children, our teenagers. We've got to do better, y'all. It's up to us. Stop going to the colonizers. See, it's only a fool that lets its enemy or its depressor educate our children. And who the hell is educating our children? It's something that we have to do. Stop turning our educational system over to the colonizers. All that's going to do is give them their education, not ours. Give them their history, not ours. You can't go nowhere and study history that's before slavery. They can't teach you how brilliant we were. And that when we came over, we were doctors, lawyers, educators, plumbers, all of this. They can't tell you that. And we brought with us our knowledge and education.
You know, Mr. Murray, you just reminded me, we had some interns a couple years ago. And I just remember how when they came on board, and they came in very unaware of what they were walking into. And they were so fascinated by so much that they learned with you, Mr. Murray. You gave them so many opportunities. You even put them in front of the camera, and they worked behind the cameras. They were shy. Some of them were super shy in a shell. But you saw the shell crack open, and you saw them start to come alive, and just how hungry they became. You know, they let their hair down. They came to your party, and they were able to let their hair down. They were in great company, and they were exposed to so much. You know, I think about the event we had for teens. We've had a couple events for teens, and how the teens came, and they interacted, and they were hungry. But parents, and sometimes our children don't want to come to these type of events, but they don't know that when they come, they're going to enjoy themselves. Sometimes we can't let them choose. It's not a choice. You're coming because you need to be there. Just like those children are determined to go to their concerts and their sporting events and whatever else it is that children do. We have to make sure that they come to events that like Mr. Murray's events. Because they don't even know they're hungry for that information. But we got to put them in that atmosphere.
You know, I look at, they come to me, and it's not bragging on my part, but I know I'm good at what I do. They come to me as a caterpillar, and I develop them into a butterfly.
I've seen it happen over and over again. You know, we've had young people who are vendors at our events. And it shows them that, you know, it's not just adults who are entrepreneurs. There's young people. Mr. Murray and Dr. Mom is on the line. I believe Drew was there. There's a few people that were there that particular day. When that young girl came in there, she made more business, made more money at that event as a vendor than the adults made. Our teens need to see that.
Well, I took time to talk with her and show her how to do her business, and I got people there to patronize her business to give her hope of growth. I mean, y'all, we got to do that. You know, there are things, and I got programs especially for teenagers and youth. You know, y'all, let me know. I'm available. When you need a speaker, or someone to come on to be the main educator, I'm available. Call me at the Institute. You at a church, call me and let me educate your parishioners. If you got a company, call me. I'll come in. That's what I do. That's what I do. A 43-year entrepreneur, y'all, you know I got to know something. And all the great minds that have been around me and educated me, and I just pass it on, baby. I just pass it on.
Successionaires, the line is open. Come join the conversation. Hit *6. The lines are open.
Lines are open. Somebody talk to us.
Okay.
*6. Or if you're on the social media, go ahead and put your question in. We'll answer your question. *6.
Hey, Miss G.
Hello there, Drew.
How are
Drew?
you? Yeah, this is Drew.
I'm good.
All
right, hey, Drew.
Just want to say hello and always appreciate you keeping me remembering to have a good day on purpose.
Absolutely.
Brother Mary, I'm just going to give him a shout out. A couple of things that I take to heart. And one is the thought and action. The thought and action process is so important. And I know he said one time, when he was saying vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare.
Yes.
And one other one that I keep close to me about taking risk, and I put it in my book, if you win, you'll be happier. If you lose, you'll be wiser. And so Brother Mary is deliberate. I put it that way. He's deliberate in what he does. And by he being deliberate, he knows what he's saying, when he's saying it, why he's saying it, and how it affects people when he says it. And I appreciate him for that. And I'm definitely, it's been a privilege for me to sit under his teaching for the number of years that I've known him. And so I'm very grateful, and I'm humble with that. Sometimes you have to look at yourself, and it's not about me. It's about what I can receive by listening and using the EDI method. So, Brother Mary, I'm certainly grateful to be in acquaintance with you and sit under your teachings. I really am.
Thank you, Brother Drew, my brother. I appreciate it. See, now this brother comes to all of my events. He don't care what I charge. He's there. And this brother, he retired and grew his business to where he can retire. And I'm glad to see this brother do as he do. But I'm telling y'all sit down and talk to the elders and talk to your children, because to your children, you're an elder. Although you don't have the years, but to them you are. They're following you. You don't think they're watching you. They're watching you. Sit down and talk to the youth. When we said the library is open, remember, as long as you're living, as long as you are living, the library is open. Talk to your parents. Talk to your grandparents. And learn their story. And you'll be surprised at what they can tell you and teach you. Lines are open. Somebody talk to us.
I just want to add, I also want to add to that, we are libraries.
Yes.
And while we're learning from those ahead of us, we need to make sure we're sharing with those behind us. Because you know what I know for sure, and we all know for sure, the more seasons we get in life, the faster we see people dropping off this earth. That death has no age to it. Young people are leaving here just as quick as more seasoned people are leaving here. So we want to share our story today. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now to share our story. And I want to also reference Drew when he acknowledged about the on purpose. And I say that on purpose for a reason. And he also mentioned about how when you say things and you share things with us, you're very intentional. And those are two words I like to use. When I say have a great day on purpose, be phenomenal on purpose, because you have to be intentional about how you move about in your days, in your life. Be intentional about what you say, how you say things. Be intentional and be on purpose on having a great day, of doing those things that you want to do. You just have to be focused and do it on purpose. And when I say that to people, it gets their attention. And then people say to me, yeah, why not? Why not have a great day on purpose? So Successionaires, be intentional on what you do. Do it on purpose. Mr. Murray teaches. He comes to us, and he always is intentional. He does it on purpose because he wants to plant seeds. When he throws these tantrums, as I call them, he's intentional about that because he wants us to get it. And sometimes you have to do drastic things to get drastic results. Lines are open, Successionaire. It's *6 if you have something to say. We'll be closing this line soon, so please speak up. I know you guys have something you want to share about Mr. Murray. Come on and talk to our library while he yet lives. Give him his roses while he yet lives. *6.
You know, Miss G. Yes. Oh, you know, Miss G. We gotta stop. I mean, like I said, I know y'all love me. Now I'm asking you to support me. You know, I really am. I need support. Y'all, as we get older and we want to do things to give the generation under us a better future, but y'all it's going to take action from you to get that, what we're trying to give you. I'm going to build the institute into a Howard University, into a Morgan State, into an A&T. But I got to start first by getting these offices so I can build it and grow it. I need your help. They didn't do it alone. They had to ask for donations too. And I'm asking for donations. GoFundMe.com/MMI Building Fundraiser. $25, $50, $100, all of it's going to come back to you because your kids are going to benefit from it. You're going to benefit from it. And I'm going to see to that. So, y'all, I'm telling you, when I say the library is open, y'all, the library is open. I'm living. The library is open. You're living. The library is open. I want to put something on your mind to make you think, give you aha moments, and realize that our children are brilliant. They're our future. We're dropping the ball with them. It's not their fault they're like they are. Give them options, and we're giving them no options. We're not the one educating them. We're letting that television educate them. We're letting the colonizers educate them. They'll never manage to get where they want to go as long as that's the education they're getting. We have to do that. Miss G.
William Murray, thank you so much for your words of wisdom. Successionaires, again, the lines are open. Hit *6. This is your last opportunity. We're bringing the show to a close. So while you're pushing those buttons, I just want to, again, thank you, Mr. Murray, for this opportunity to allow me to once again interview you. It's always a treasure. It's always a pleasure. And it's always an honor. And I just ask that you continue doing what you do. Don't be discouraged if people don't follow, don't support as you would like them to. Don't be discouraged because your reward is higher than what us as men can give you. Your reward is in heaven, Mr. Murray. So we thank you for all that you do. We thank you for this opportunity, this platform for us to come to and read a chapter in your book. We just thank you for all that you do. And again, I thank you for the opportunity.
You know, Ms. G, something that we as a people have got to realize. We can't be selfish in what we do. That's our holdback. Yes, I'm asking for support. Yes, I know you love me, but when we don't support each other, because as the Institute grows, I need employees. As the Institute grows, I need educators. As the Institute grows, I need you. So why are you missing out and losing out on helping me build and grow the Institute? You're not. That's a win-win. The lose part comes in when you don't give the financial support that we need. I'm not asking for you unless you can afford thousands of dollars. I'm saying $25, $50, $100. You know, anything you give helps. I'm going to have this institute and build it. Are you going to be? Is your name going to be on the plaque that we're going to hang behind you giving your 25, 50, 100, whatever you want to give? Because there's going to be a plaque with your name on it. And it's going to hang at the Institute forever. Well, let's say it's going to hang on the Institute forever and today. Miss G.
The lines are open, successionaires. Hit *6 to join in the conversation.
Well, seems how we have no
Okay,
one
Mr. Murray.
Yes.
Okay. Since we had no one is chiming in, would you like to give some closing remarks and share with us anything that we didn't cover tonight and you would like to share? This is your opportunity. And then I want you to close with a final word of wisdom.
Everyone, regardless of what you're going through, walk with your head up. Look to your heaven. Because what you're seeing, you may call them stars, but they're really your ancestors looking down on you. Be proud. Walk proud. Talk proud. Teach proud. Learn proud. Be proud. Because we have gone through, because here's what I look at. Look, y'all think about this. And George Fraser says this, and I love it. If you believe in the God, think about this. What if you weren't brought here? Your ancestors weren't brought here, but they were sent here. And we were sent here because America would not be America were it not for us. Believe that. When you read the book, The Nile Valley Contributing Civilization, you are going to get an eye-opening. When you read my book, Climbing Success Mountain, yes, it's about climbing a mountain, but the mountain that you're climbing is your life. So, and your reward is going to be, and you're going to get your reward, but your ancestors, your future generation will benefit from what you do, what you teach, from your story. So don't be afraid to ever give your story. And I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in and giving me the opportunity that you gave me. I love doing this. This is my life. I love you. I truly, truly love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Me loving you is my joy. That's my joy. Loving you. And the opportunity that you're giving me to give you this by tuning in. I want to thank you. Keep pushing me so I can keep pulling you. Keep pulling me so I can keep pushing you. It's not going to matter whether I'm pushing or pulling. We will get there together. And Miss Briggs, give me a call, please, at 240-619-2019, and let's talk. And that's what I do. See, all y'all got to do is call me. Just call the number and talk to me. I love you. God bless.
God bless you, successionaires. Everyone, thanks for tuning in tonight. We ask that you be safe out there and that the ice and the snow and whatever else is expected for the East Coast. We will see you here same time, same place next week. Until then, continue to be phenomenal on purpose. Mr. Murray, you want to close us out?
Thank you, family. God bless you. And until next time, keep working on your road to success. Until next time, God bless.
Great job, William Murray.
Thank you.